everyone. Welcome to Friday Night with Jonathan Ross. It's a 45-minute special, and I've only got one guest this evening, so let's hope he's bloody good. I think most of you probably know who he is already. And the great news is that, judging by the impressive amount of equipment up here, I'm guessing he might be singing a song or two. I say impressive amount of equipment, but I must confess the big box on the end is actually Parkinson's dialysis machine. Around the back we've got Esther Ranson's iron lung. But ladies and gentlemen, let's not think of them, because tonight it's just me and David Bowie! That's right, ladies and gentlemen, David Bowie is here, he's in the building. Would you like a little peek? He's in the green room, let's have a look. There he is! He's been spotted. Evening, Dave. Look at that. Man. So, join us again next week when I'll be talking... There's David Bowie, ladies and gentlemen. And do you know, it's taken him 5 days to get here from New York. He came by boat. Silly bugger. We'd have bought him a plane ticket if we'd known. 5 days on a boat, his hands must be red raw from stoking coal. But there's one good thing about it. If you've been trapped on the QE2 for nearly a week, with only elderly widows looking for husbands and people who've been told they've only got a year to live, then you must be desperate for a decent chat, and that's what we're going to have. Now, you know, I honestly could not be more excited. Like many of you, I'm sure, I've listened to this man's music through my entire life. Admittedly, sometimes through gritted teeth, but we forget about those couple of years. But I've been waking up every morning this week, and my first word has been, Bowie. Until yesterday, when, frankly, the shine was taken off this event a little bit for me, because my cat, ladies and gentlemen, at home, he was knocked over by a hit-and-run driver outside the house yesterday. And, you know, he's more than just a cat to me. I think of him as like a little man in a furry suit. And I could not believe how upset I was. I was driving him to the vet, and I was crying my eyes out. I was depressed, my wife Jane was depressed, the kids were depressed, the cat was really pissed off. But he's going to be OK. He's lost the sight in one eye, he's going to pull through. I'm getting the cat back. But then, on top of that, I got up this morning and I was dancing around the room, admittedly only in my pants to Diamond Dogs. I stubbed my toe. All right, Dave, I'll get you in a second. It took 5 days to get it. You listen to me for 5 minutes. So you'll forgive me if tonight I'm only 70% here, because part of me's thinking about the toe. Shall we get on with the show? You better. I've got a sick cat at home to get back to. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Well, no, first of all, before he comes out, ladies and gentlemen, let's just remind ourselves of David Bowie in action.
Take a look at the long man beating up the wrong guy. Is there life on Mars?
She's a queen, such a queen, such a laughter is stuck in their brains. Now she's leading him on, and she made him bibbity-bobbity hot. Oh God, I could do better than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, performing live, David Bowie!
clear, no. Fashion, turn to the left. Fashion, turn to the right. Fashion, we are the Goon Squad and we're coming to town. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Don't listen to me. Don't talk to me. Don't dance with me now. There's a brand new talk, but it's not very clear now. That people from good homes are talking this year now. Fashion. It's now in this time since I've not heard it without a while. You shout it while you're dancing on the dance floor. Fashion, fashion, turn to the left. Fashion, right. Fashion, we are the Goon Squad and we're coming to town. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Don't listen to me. Don't talk to me. Don't dance with me now. Beep, beep. Fashion.
I am so pleased to meet you, sir. Please, sit down. Wow, and that was great. Well done, band. Fantastic. Thank you. What a cracking piece of work. That was tremendous. Thank you so much for that.
It's my very great pleasure. Quite Danish, this, isn't it?
Well, the furniture. Let me start with the big question, David. You are a lovely-looking, slim man, if you don't mind me saying so. And let's face it, you're getting on a bit, and you're looking fantastic for your age.
I used to say things like that to my mother.
You've never been fat in your entire life?
No. I got a bit kind of, lazy at one point, but I'm back to working out again.
Yeah.
I
You
work
do
out a lot.
the boxing, don't you?
Yeah. I like it, yeah. You want to do a couple of rounds?
You know what? I've been doing some boxing sparring.
Good, isn't it?
It's hard, though.
Yeah. Well, that's the point.
OK. The new album is... we don't have to do this. I'm doing this because I'm a fan and I like the new album an awful lot. The new album
I had a copy with me just in case you'd forgotten to...
I have about a dozen copies now. It's fantastic. It's a terrific album. It seems to me that this has been better received than just about any album you've had out in the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I mean, it's really done well.
Difficult to say, OK, yeah, it's been very positively received. However, it seems to be traditional now that every album since Black Tie, White Noise is the best album I've put out since Scary Monsters.
Yeah.
Inevitably, that's what I get. But this one just seems to, I don't know, it seems to have caught people's imaginations.
Strangely, I do get the feeling that by listening to the album, we can kind of get closer to you than we have for many years in terms of knowing who you are and where you are at this stage.
You know, Jonathan, that'll never happen.
So, David, life for you seem more sorted. Obviously, I know next to nothing about you, really, but for the casual observer, you seem more sorted than ever before, perhaps.
Yeah, I am. I mean, domestically, my love life and my work, I guess in all those areas of my life, everything is absolutely... I couldn't ask for a better thing, you know, and a better place to be located. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's just, there's, you know, as a writer, though, and I guess that's what you draw on, there's a second part of my life, you know, there's an inner thing. There's like a sense of mystery that I'll never be able to fully confront, you know. There's a need to escape from certain things, you know. There's look, I'm drawing him in like crazy. I have no idea where I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm very happy, yeah.
Let me ask you, are you aware of this pressure? Because I kind of do feel, I'm sure a lot of people do, because your music genuinely has meant so much to me, I believe you have some sort of extra knowledge. You know, I'm sure a lot of fans feel this way.
But I want certainty.
But I know, you know, you're an incredibly well-read man, you're a voracious reader. You're getting on a bit, so you're getting to that point where you come into terms with inevitable death, mortality. This probably should have been at the end of the interview, but anyway, we'll...
Don't worry, it will be.
Don't go! We'll save it.
It's the way I tell him.
Think about it. You know that period back then, and what was the period, or what were the albums that we say you weren't writing for yourself, you were writing for other people's expectations?
Of the 26 albums I've made, I think there were 2 when I really wasn't involved. And that was Tonight Never Let Me Down. The 2 follow-ups to Let's Dance.
Which was probably
that period,
your biggest...
yeah, it was my Phil Collins years.
Yeah.
I tell you, that's not... Let me just explain that a little further. I don't want to get into some deep shit here.
It's okay, he hasn't got any fans left.
Oh,
you don't have to worry.
No, I don't like getting in those places.
No, I know.
That's terribly unfair. No, there was a period when I was performing in front of these huge stadium crowds at that time, and I was looking, and I'm thinking, what are these people doing here? Why have they come to see me? They should be seeing Phil Collins. They were definitely Phil Collins type audiences, you know. And then that came back at me, and I thought, what am I doing here? I should be playing to people who don't look like they've come to see Phil Collins. That's what I'd been used to up until that point, you know.
Well,
I don't know the guy.
A certain kind of stadium rock, then.
It's a certain kind of mainstream feel that I'm not comfortable in. I'm just not comfortable in it, you know.
And did you think that your earlier fans felt betrayed because of that period? They felt like this wasn't...
They had to throw away an awful lot of silly-looking clothes and makeup and buy some really bad clothes and makeup.
You had some great looks. I'm not disappointed now because you look fantastic, but I'm hoping that underneath there somewhere there's like a lightning flash painted on or something.
I'll tell you what I did do. My concession to Ziggy... What did you kill Ziggy?
Well, why did you kill Ziggy?
What did you kill Ziggy? You don't understand, there was a war on. Your mother and I, we tried to protect you from all this, but... Well, if you must know, your sister ran away. What did you kill Ziggy? It was hard for all of us. It was hard for the country, damn it. Sorry.
You know, I did actually have a dream once where you were my father.
Oh. Please don't share this with me.
Well, it's okay, because you were stunned, but you were fair. Although the makeup took some explaining at school.
My concession to Ziggydom is that I had those, you remember those platform boots?
Yeah.
The straight, not the bit, those horrible things, the Stack-Hill boot thing. I hated those. Platform boots, that's what it was about.
Solid.
That was the great thing. Solid Japanese platform boots. Red with a black thing on. I've just had those remade in black patent leather, and they look fantastic.
You've got to make sure you wear them both at the same time, or else it looks like you've got an orthopaedic problem, though. David, wasn't that a fantastic... It must have been a great period. Just the way bands looked. Everyone looks so drab now. You look at bands now, you look at Oasis, and they're like 4 blokes. You see them waiting for a bus, normally. They're wearing anoraks. What's that all about? Whereas, look, there we've got Roxy Music. Eno looking...
Yeah, Eno.
Mad as a march. Look at him.
Look at his trousers.
He looks like he's walked off the Rocky Horror Show, doesn't he? But wasn't that great? A little bit of Lurex, some Velcro, a couple of bits of... Look, there you go. It must have been great turning up at Top of the Pops, though. There's never knowing who would be dressed as a clown, who'd be a snowman.
Yeah, I know.
Man, that's a look. And that... Were there any outfits that you experimented with and even you tried them on at home in front of the mirror and thought, you know what, this is just too stupid?
That one.
Did one of your aunts knit that for you, David? That looks like a home knit job to me.
It does, doesn't it?
Someone had a machine, they said, who wants this? I tell you what, I'll give it to David.
Avant-garde Missoni job.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Actually, it was all Kansai Yamamoto. I mean, he has a lot to...
but fantastic style and incredibly brave. I mean, now we look back and in hindsight you think, OK, you can see why you made those decisions and you can see why they worked. But at the time, when you did that, when you cut your hair that way or experiment with makeup like that, you really were out there on your own, weren't you?
Makes me wonder why I killed him off.
You know, I was thinking, wouldn't we all be interested in an album which told us where Ziggy would have been now? Oh. You know, where he would be 30 years on. Don't you think that's a cracking idea?
Oh, no, yeah, I know somebody probably write that.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Oh, yes.
Do you still, when you're writing lyrics, OK, do you still experiment with that cut-up technique? Do you still use that was very famously employed in some of the earlier albums and tracks?
I've used this method only on a couple of actual songs, but I've used it for more than anything else. I mean, you can often come up with very interesting attitudes to look into. I tried doing it with diaries and things, and I was finding out amazing things about me and what I'd done and where I was going. And a lot of the things that I'd done, it seemed that it would predict things about the future or tell me a lot about the past. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what happens.
I'm an alligator.
David, I experimented before the show. You have awakened in me dormant creativity.
Oh, blimey.
OK, before the show I thought, OK, you do the cut-up lyrics, I'm going to do some cut-up questions for you. and I wrote some ideas down and I cut them up and I pasted them together and I still don't know how you did it, but look, here's one. When Ziggy guitar teeth crotch, enjoying.
That's Japanese. That's
no, that makes sense if you think about it.
Yeah,
Better than some of your black
Japanese
songs,
makes sense.
Here we go.
Japanese makes sense.
You'll like this one.
Oh, yeah.
Nietzsche, preacher, creature, teacher.
That was not a cut-up.
It was!
You're lying.
I helped it a bit. You don't have to be random, do you?
No, you don't.
Fat old Ziggy.
I like that. I want that one.
Here's one you'll like. Brian Eno, makeup, Arthur Lowe, Spider-Man. That could be a mini-series.
These are wonderful. No, these are wonderful.
Here's a good one. This is a genuine one.
Yeah.
Primitive Jagger, chimpanzee penis. David Bowie is going to perform another track for us now. It's going to be a track from the new album, I believe.
It is indeed.
OK, is it Slip Away you're doing now?
Yeah.
It's a fabulous track.
Yeah.
It's a fabulous album. David Bowie, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in a second, David.
Just enough to tax his bones to see the Yankees play. Bones by tops fades to gray. Oh, they slip away. Once a time, they nearly minded me. Bones and Oogie on a silver screen. No one knew what they could do except for me and you. They slipped away. Twinkle, Uncle Floyd. Watching all the world
always stay behind. Down in space, it's always 1982. The joke we always do. Oh, what's the matter with you? Come on, let's go. Slip away.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Slip Away. It's from the current album Heathen. You know, I think that's grown to be, I think, possibly my favourite track on the album.
Oh, great.
You played the stylophone at the end of that. What a fabulous treat to see the stylophone not only back on a top-selling album, but back on TV.
Let's see if we can conjure up something from the past. Have you got one too?
I don't only have one, I've got one with a special holster.
Ground control to Major Tom.
I've had this since the 70s. Mine's got David Cassidy on the back. Don't be jealous, that was before I discovered you.
That's all right. How did you get a black and white one?
Listen to this.
We're out of tune with it. All right, I'll do the...
Oh, you're doing the scratching at the back there. What am I right in thinking? You don't really need all of that. You could just go on the road with this alone.
Some people, I mean, yeah, I think some people have made a profession of this.
But it's a great sound. Do you like playing around? Presumably, yours is cleaner than mine.
This is boys and their toys.
Hey, if you want, David, if you want, as a present.
That's really good. Yours is black and white, though. I could only get a white one. How many stamps did you have to put in to get one of them?
Would you like the holster to take home?
Do I get the holster with...
You want the holster?
Yeah, of course I do.
No one goes home from this show empty-handed.
You're kidding me.
You can have the holster.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And I would so love to see you wearing that. You don't have to put it on now.
The cool thing is, I mean, you can get it out really quickly now, can't you?
You can be quick on the draw.
That's fantastic.
You never know when inspiration might strike.
Yeah, or at a party and someone says, you don't happen to have a stylophone on you, do you? You can,
David, just a little word of advice. Well, wear that naked around the house. It will drive your man wild.
Yeah.
Your wife.
I'll tell you if that works.
She is one hell of a beautiful woman.
She'll get a kick out of that.
She's an incredible-looking woman. And she could do better.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't agree with you more.
Look at that. You are lucky. Look at that.
Yep.
She's gorgeous.
See that little baby?
How old is she now?
22 months.
Wow, it's wonderful. But you're a lazy dad, aren't you? You don't do the nappies and stuff.
Oh, you kidding me? No, I wouldn't go and...
See, you shouldn't be proud about that. You should be somewhat ashamed.
No, it's not proud. I'm just, you know, I'm resolved that this is not my, you know, and I'm resigned is more the word, I think. And I'm pretty resolved, believe me. I want to be there, you know, help her through the dictionary, help her build a library up, things like that.
A teacher?
You know, walking and talking stuff. I mean, now it's like ideal because I had a conversation today that was just unbelievable. It was approximately, Daddy. Hello, darling. Hello, but Daddy. Yeah? Then she got stuck on la, la, la.
David, you know what? There's a character on Big Brother who talks just like this girl called Jade who sounds just like that. Let's demystify you somewhat, just for my own sake, if not for others. What is a good day for you, David, in New York, when you're not recording, when you're not doing the business? What's a good, fun, family day for you? What do you do?
I think, I get up around 5:30, 6, just about every morning. I make a lot of European phone calls at that time. That's when I go to the site, a couple of sites that I look after. Not technically, but I'm kind of overall operator on them.
This is the internet, of course. You're big on the internet.
Yeah, I've got my own site, plus I've got a kind of an art site that really, the idea is to help graduate students find some kind of way to show their work and get known without having to pay huge commissions to dealers, who usually take about 50% of what an artist makes.
That's still a better deal than you had in the 70s, isn't it, with your agency main man? You were getting about 10% of your total fee, weren't you?
I wasn't that lucky, Jonathan.
Because you made nothing for years, didn't you?
No, I made nothing. I had a lovely wardrobe, though.
Yeah.
But a fat lot of good it does you when you're kind of, you know, trying to find some place to live when you're dressed like that.
But when I found that... Can you imagine? Bloke come to look at the flat, yeah, it's a lot insane outside. I'm sorry, mate, we're full.
He's got a knitted cosy and his legs missing and his arms missing and he's wearing like a fur thing and he wants to know if the room's available.
Then we deal with... do you mind talking about your sexuality?
Sorry, why?
Because what was the deal there? You were gay for a while and then you went... Then you were not gay.
I was just happy.
But were you bisexual? Were you pansexual? Were you trisexual? You were... Because I thought being gay was a bit like the Foreign Legion. Once you joined, I didn't think you were allowed back.
I was just very, you know, I just got my leg over a lot.
Did you have relationships with these people as well, or was it mainly...
Not if I could help it. I was incredibly promiscuous.
I bet you were.
And I think we'll leave it at that.
No, we can't, because... But this is great stuff, David.
No, it might be for you, son.
But everyone wants to know. You must have had a great time.
Why would I go into that when I can make a fortune by writing a book about it? Why should I give it to you for free?
All right, well let me ask you this then, David. We'll get to booking it. I've never yet tried...
Don't even think about it.
I've never tried the man love, OK? I haven't tried the man on man, the man in man, the man with man. I haven't tried it. I was tempted recently when David Beckham scored that penalty goal. Suddenly, I felt a stirring. Should I give it a try? Father.
It's such a serious and a life-challenging and changing question. The answer that I have for you would probably create such turmoil in your soul.
You know what? It probably would.
I'm not sure that you could actually withstand it or, in fact, last the rest of the show. So I'm afraid I have to politely and reluctantly not answer that question.
Thank you. I thank you for your concern, and I respect you for that. Let me ask you something more specific. Mick Jagger has been knighted. He's Sir Mick Jagger. And we had the big concert at Buckingham Palace, and of all people, you know, Ozzy Osbourne was playing there, amongst others. Does it interest you, that kind of thing? Would you like to be knighted? Would you accept that honour if it was bestowed upon you?
Would I? I think I would suggest that they give it to somebody who would give a damn. I don't... It's not... There's some people who kind of really... They feel that, you know, maybe that it's something that enhances their life and whatever. I'm not sure what I'd do with it. I'd lose it or break it or something, or put it in a drawer and lose the key, or, you know... I wouldn't know what it's for. I wouldn't know how it would enhance my life.
Sir David Bowie does sound peculiar. It doesn't sound quite right, does it?
It's just not on my shopping list at all.
Do you miss things about this country, though, when you're not here? Because I know you're a fan of a lot of the new British comedy. I know you're a fan of League of Gentlemen, I believe.
Yes, of course.
Harry Hill, you invited to perform for your Meltdown.
Harry Hill is a terrific, manly kind of, you know, stalwart gentleman.
Can I show a clip? I don't know if you've seen this clip recently. I remember when it went out. Is you're on the Kenny Everett show, and David, you'll forgive me the language, but it's one of the weirdest things I've seen in my entire life. This must have been, what, about 80...
I think it was smack on 80. It was, I think it was a Christmas Eve show.
OK, this is David.
It's New Year's Eve, coming from 79 into the new decade. Yeah.
This is the way to celebrate it. David Bowie with Kenny Everett.
Boys keep swinging, boys always working out.
What are you doing in those trousers? Let's stop it, whatever it is. Look at you, lily-livered mincer. Oh, do you know, I was in the war, but I didn't see you there. I fought for people like you, and I never got one. Oh, look at you. Some good miser hit you with my umbrella, but I think you'd enjoy it. And why should you have all the fun? So why don't you hit me with yours? Go on, please. Go on, please. Oh, Now, chase me round and call me names. Dance, man.
And you try and tell that to the kids today. They don't believe you.
That was so strange. Do you remember doing that?
Yeah. Oh, he was lovely.
He was great,
Yeah,
wasn't
smashing guy.
You know, you worked with so many great people over the years. I was thinking about that Bing Crosby Christmas special one, where you sang Drummer Boy with Bing Crosby, which is just such a fabulous but odd juxtaposition of like, iconic pop figures.
I don't think he knew he'd sung it with me. I mean, he was already at a place where not much, you know, he wasn't kind of reacting to very much around him. I mean, he was pretty old by that time, and he was just this little old fella on a stool. Hello, David, you know, and... Hi, Bing. I'm David Bowie. Hello, David. You know? Oh, dear. But it's kind of like that.
It's actually a wonderful piece of music together. It's a really
It comes
strange
out
thing.
every year. I mean, it keeps going into the Christmas chart.
Can I ask you about a period which I wasn't the biggest fan of, David?
Go on.
Tin Machine.
Yeah.
Now, you were 42, 41 when you started Tin Machine?
Oh, I can't do the math.
Yeah, you were. That whole thing to me screams midlife crisis.
Yeah, well, it was. It really imploded on itself. We had a lot of personality problems within the band. I didn't realise what it meant to be in a real democracy until I demanded one.
See, it doesn't work that way, does it?
Uh-oh, Bowie's demanding a democracy. Watch out. Yes, sir. How do you want it run, sir? It sounds like that, doesn't it? It's like,
But I suppose it would
right,
have to be that
we're all going to be equal, OK? Yes, sir.
Yeah. David, your internet site, I'm a member of your internet site. I have a Bowie net address. I go on, I look at it. It's a fabulous looking
this is
site.
scary.
But, you know, well, it's great. And I know we have people here involved with it as well. But I'm curious about when you're in the internet, because someone had told me, and I don't believe this is true, that Iman, your wife, limits the time you're allowed to spend on the internet.
She doesn't limit anything I do. No, that's not true.
But do you find it best to leave like a Word document open so that if your wife comes in when you're looking at, for example, fatlady.bends-over-for-you.com, you can quickly click on the other thing, hence hiding the screen and therefore keeping the relationship intact?
Is this... Let's go back a little while to an earlier problem that you had. Is this something to do with a man and man love thing?
No, I'm the least bi-curious guy you could meet, David. And yet, I do like looking at pictures of naked ladies, ideally smiling.
Good Lord.
You must occasionally look at a bit of the old porn on the internet, David. David?
No.
You know what, that's a good thing. And as I grow slightly more sober and mature and decide that I would like to impress you, I'm going to stop looking at it as well.
You're going to be a better man for it, you know, and your children are going to thank you.
Well, the boy might want to find a few things lying around when he hits 13. You've got to pass a few magazines on it, you little fella. What about your son? When Duncan was growing up, you must have slipped
That
into
little fella is 31 years old.
Well, OK. Well, he'll hit puberty any day now. Did you ever have a father-son talk to him like a kind of birds and the bees type thing? Because from you that must be quite something.
Yeah, I believe it was more of a monologue.
With you, it's the birds and the bees and the mollusks and anything else you fancy trying, providing no one gets hurt and it's consensual.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, he'll have to remind me, I'm sure, but I think I was quite loutish about it. And quite graphic and full of, you know, bonhomie and backslapping and,
Did you find it tough being a dad first time around?
Yeah, because I was absolutely not prepared for all the responsibilities that inherently are part of it, you know. And firstly, my son and I get on incredibly well, and he's a wonderful man. He's grown up to be just beyond my expectations of what, you know, one's own child can grow up to be. He's just terrific, kind-hearted, honest, straight ahead. He's just a great guy, you know, and I'd like to be around quite a long time for my daughter too, you know.
Well, and we would like you to be around for a long time, not just for your daughter, but for us as well, David, if that doesn't seem selfish.
Oh, all right.
Let's celebrate the release of the new David Bowie album, which is fabulous. I don't know if you have a copy, but it's fantastic.
Thank you.
It's called Heathen, it's out now. This is a terrific track off it called Everybody Says Hi. But before we do that, David Bowie, thank you so much.
Oh, it's
so lovely. David Bowie, ladies and gentlemen. And Mike over there.
Said you took a big trip. They said you moved away. Happened oh so quietly. They say should have took a picture, something I could keep. Buy a little frame, something cheap for you. Everyone says hi. They said you sailed a big ship, said you sailed away. Didn't know the right thing to say. I'd love to get a letter, love to know what's what. Hope the weather's good, not too hot. For you, everyone says hi. Everyone says hi. Everyone says don't stay in a sad place where they don't care how you are. Everyone says hi.
Let's do Ziggy Stardust.